This is the Effing One podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to the Effing One podcast, Australia's only dedicated Formula One podcast, and to the land of the rising sun, Suzuka. For the Japanese Grand Prix we went. Hajimamashite, Genki desu ka?
Hi, Genki desu.
Oh, wasn't expecting a response. Was what I said actually Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Just got lucky. Lewis Douche-Canoe Hamilton taking the win and surely the 2018 championship and extending his championship lead to an insurmountable 67 points now. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Where did that happened pretty fast, didn't it? Valtteri, the other Finn Bottas, second, and Max, yes, I'm a brat, Verstappen took third place. And side note, Dan, you little beauty, the personality, that's his new name, Ricciardo, ripping through the field after starting from 15th to getting to 4th. Very, very nice for an Australian podcast. Always feels good. But was was das? Was was das? Well, just when we thought that it was going to go down the wire, suddenly Ferrari did it again. What the hell? What's wrong with Ferrari? Why is Mercedes so good? And why is Max such an unlikable little prick? Just a few of the questions we need to get answers to, and the man right over here to my right-hand side answers all those questions and more. Yes, sure, he is the current lap record holder for the month of October at the Kingston Park Raceway go-kart track. Yes, he is. He is very good at a go-kart track. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes, thank
Still the current holder of that record. Prestigious honour. Great to see you, Luke.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Luke, we've got a massive podcast. Just before we go any further, we are going to Skype four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. Yep, Ferrari driver. Have a chat about. He's not going to be happy, I'm guessing.
Heard of him?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's not going to be very happy because he's just kind of thrown away the world championship pretty quickly. So we will have a chat to him, though, which will be nice. We are also going to hand out a whole bunch of, you're going to hand out the prestigious Effing One Podcast Awards that producer Pete has been busily whittling in his little whittling cupboard. He's got it's a whittling and masturbation cupboard. That's his cupboard. We don't go in there. We try not to touch it. It's disgusting.
Don't touch those handles.
Do not touch that handle. Do not get one of those CSI blue lights because it'll glow like a Christmas tree. Of course, we should really do this. We should do this for your mum. A busy lady. Rather than talking about the race, why don't we just get straight into it and commentate it very poorly. We're going to commentate the highlight package. For Luke's mum, she's very busy. She hasn't got much time. So Luke's mum, are you ready? And we are racing for Suzuki 2018. Lights out. Turn the audio off, Luke. Turn the audio off. We can do it ourselves. We don't need to hear the BBC coverage. Or TV1. Sky 4. Sky 4. And it's lights out, racing, and it's Hamilton in the front and Bottas, and it's Verstappen behind him, and Raikkonen fourth. What's happening, Luke?
There's going around turn 1 and turn 2, side by side. Everyone's being nice and clean. No one's
accidents.
being anything stupid as they go through the S's side by side. Now all into a single figure.
Beautiful track. Look at that. It's very thin racetrack, not much room, but it's exciting and great TV coverage. Flying up, and it's still the same. They're holding firm with Hamilton, Bottas.
Daniel Ricciardo dives down under one of the Haas drivers. Makes it happen.
Beautiful. Stuck it. Licked it and sent it.
You got Vettel on the outside of Grosjean, goes along the grass, doesn't matter, makes the move around the outside.
Beautiful move. Great move. Where did he start from? Sebastian Vettel. Was he right at the back?
I've never heard of him.
But Dan was 15th and he's carving his way through. What happened there? Oh, we got an accident. We got a hit.
Max has just cut the corner, locked up and driven straight into the side of Kimi Raikkonen.
You bloody idiot.
What I do love what Max said here is he was going around the outside. He could have just waited for me to come back on and then gone around me. Yeah, I'm sure that's what many F1 drivers do. I will just wait for you to come back on track and then,
when you break the rules.
When you're ready.
Yeah, whatever you like to do. You
no
just do whatever you want to
surprises
do.
Max complained about getting a 5-second penalty. As we see a very slow car. Oh, Magnussen seems to have a puncture.
Oh, no. Look at the tyre. Oh, no, it's not where it should be.
No, he ran wide. Down the main straight. Leclerc makes a move.
What an idiot. What? That is Magnussen, you moron. You crazy. We love him. We do love you. You're a crazy Dane. He's dangerous, the dangerous Dane.
Dangerous.
And who's that down there on the inside? That is Vettel.
This is just a replay of Sebastian going along the grass against Grosjean.
Yep.
And Daniel makes an easy move.
This is hard to commentate. There's so much happening in this race. It's just non-stop.
This highlights package could have been the whole race because it was a ding-dong battle for everyone up and down. Safety cars being pulled.
Yep.
There was debris on the main track after Magnussen and Leclerc came together.
Oh, more accidents. There's more accidents.
After the green has been flown, Vettel tries to go around the inside of Spoon Curve.
He had room, but it looks like Max just closed the door on him.
Max turned in a little bit earlier than he probably would have.
Here's a replay of that maneuver.
Cover him off.
Yep, Max closed him out, and there goes
front right wheel to left rear wheel contact of Max.
Yep.
Max gets a little bit airborne. Parts of the Ferrari go flying.
And that is the end of the championship for Vettel.
Yeah,
that is it for him.
And he had to shoulder check and wait for everyone else to come back on the track.
And there goes Dan, just carving it up like that little Aussie ripper.
And Daniel on the inside.
Beautiful move.
Romain Grosjean, another Haas hole behind.
Oh. This is the thing about Dan, though. He does this all the time, and it never gets picked up. When Max does the same thing, comes from the back of the grid into fourth,
we notice it.
Everyone talks about it. Dan does it, no one mentions it, except us, the only Australian FM1 podcast. And nice move. Oh, someone's in the pits there. That's a Ferrari.
Kimi Räikkönen's ducked in to try and to cover Daniel's phenomenal run on the softs.
Is that
Alonso's blocking on Vettel. I loved it. Absolutely. Everyone else kind of just let him have it.
That's karma.
But Vettel blocked. Alonso blocked.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Fast lap for Lewis Hamilton. He's in the pits. Out he comes. Back in front. And there goes
Daniel Pitts. When he comes out of the pit lane, you will see Kimi Räikkönen in the background as he tucks in behind his teammate going down in turn one. So he's jumped Kimi Räikkönen to take fourth place.
Beautiful job. Gee, Ferrari's doing everything wrong, aren't they?
Three wide.
Do anything right.
Leclerc underneath Grosjean. Underneath Hulkenberg. I can't commentate who these people are.
There's just so much happening, Luke. I'm confused as well. There's so much overtaking. Such an amazing race. We are commentating this beautifully. I hope your mum enjoys this. Is that Ocon on the outside? Oh, look at him go through the middle on Magnussen.
Perez goes on the inside, but one of the Haas drivers is coming out of pits. Keeps the position, Romain Grosjean, ahead of Perez. Then we see Ocon going around.
Is that Hulkenberg?
Nico Hulkenberg, he had a bit of a dog race.
Yeah.
Bit of a dog race.
Gee, the Renaults are struggling at the moment, aren't they?
They are.
Not looking good for Dan. I kind of wish he was sticking around at Red Bull now.
We got Sebastian, Leclerc,
and look at that.
Ocon.
3 wide.
They all tuck in to go single file around 130R, the fast left-hander. Leclerc takes us an easy spot, and then Vettel easily takes that position from the Force India driver.
It is an action-packed race. It's still Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Ricciardo in fourth. He's done a great job to come from 15th. And who have we got here? We've got a Toro Rosso
Gasly.
Of Gas, the Gas
Man.
Man.
The outside, turn one.
Beautiful take.
The Japanese fans go wild for the Honda engine in the back of that car.
Looking good, the Honda engine. It's going to be strong.
Vettel has another move on Romain Grosjean. I think he's passed Grosjean there 3 times in that corner.
Yeah, beautiful move.
I mean, if he didn't crash into Max, he probably would have not had to do that. But.
True. Yeah, we'll touch on that soon. Whose fault was that? Was it Vettel, Verstappen? We'll find out from Luke in a moment. And
Leclerc's on the radio. Something's broke.
It's blown up.
Something's broke.
Oh, no.
He's going through the gravel trap as he's on the radio.
Yep.
Hence the vibratory voice.
Something blew up.
Bottas locks up. And Max has a decent run in, but Alonso's kind of in the way.
He's just getting in the way all the time now,
Alonso can't help it. He had nowhere else to go. He kind of gave them heaps of room.
He's checked out. He's no longer in F1. He's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Verstappen's complaining over the radio again. Oh, I can't believe I got a penalty.
It's something about his engine. He was whinging about engine.
Yeah,
Lap 53, untouched. Lewis Hamilton goes over and takes the checkered flag.
There it is. The winner. Hamilton, second place, Bottas. Verstappen, Dan Ricciardo. Raikkonen, Vettel, all the way down to 6th after hitting Max. And that is the World Championship over for Sebastian Vettel and Ferrari.
Just call him five-time douche canoe.
5-time douche canoe. We have to touch on. So there's the highlight package. Hope you enjoyed that, Luke's mum. She's very...
I've never called anything so badly in my life.
I'm going to be honest. We both were pretty poor. And we're normally not very good at commentating. We're terrible. That's our worst
That takes
ever.
the cake.
But hey, it was an exciting race. And I think when stuff happens, we get overawed.
Too excited.
It's too much happening. We can't talk. But, okay, let's talk about whose fault was it? Or who's to blame?
Everyone's fault. It's Renault's fault. It's Max's fault.
Well,
it's Vettel's fault.
Yeah.
Magnussen's fault.
First up, Luke, I want to ask.
For once, it's not Brendan Hartley's fault.
No, it can't be. He did a good job, kind of.
Ish.
Okay, Max and Vettel. Vettel takes the inside. They collide. Whose fault was that?
It is Vettel. Like, it's majority Vettel, little bit Max. Max turned in probably a fraction
Did
earlier
Max
than
leave
he normally-
enough room, though?
Max, he didn't leave enough room. But then again, as we've talked about, Max...
You have to expect that with Max when you're overtaking Max.
Yeah, and Max said, he should have, should have just waited until the pit stops. Like, really? You're going to wait? You're going to wait? He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't wait. Just like when he spun into...
No.
Remember China? He tried to overtake Vettel.
That's right.
T-boned him. They both spun around. Max got a penalty for it. I think he got 10 seconds, where in that situation, Vettel didn't get a penalty. So he was like, why did he get a penalty? Why did I get a penalty there and then he doesn't get a penalty? I think it was a racing into where you dive bomb Vettel in China, where here Vettel was 2/3 of the car alongside. Max probably couldn't see him. He would have known that he was there because he wasn't in the mirrors anymore. Mm-hmm. And he's turned in that little bit earlier in sort of acknowledgement that Sebastian's there. If I can just get him to lift, I'll get this corner. Sebastian didn't lift. He saw a gap, he went for it. And Sebastian said, if you see a gap, you go for it. That's why we're racing.
Well, you can't really just wait around and hope there's going to be another opportunity. There may not be. This is motor racing.
Sebastian did know that Max had a 5-second penalty during the pit stop. So when Max pits, Sebastian would have got that place anyway. Yeah. So he probably would have finished third.
But Vettel's
maybe
just thinking...
put a lot of pressure on Bottas because Bottas had some pressure from Verstappen at the end of the race. So he could have been a bit closer to Hamilton, but no, I don't think anything would have challenged Hamilton for the win.
You're going to call it right here and right now a racing incident, Luke.
And that's what the stewards did as well.
They did as well. Mm. So just unlucky. I mean, that could have gone badly for both. Verstappen turned out all right. No effect for him, but Vettel...
He didn't lose a spot. He probably lost a few seconds of track. But
effectively for Vettel, that's the season over in that one accident. Like, he was climbing up the field, looked like he was going to have a good recovery drive. He could have got to second. He might have been pushing Bottas.
What did he start, 9th or 10th? Because
Ninth?
Ferrari got him out. They originally went out on intermediates where everyone else went out on dry tyres.
Yep.
When it was a little bit greasy, everyone put in a good lap except for the Ferraris. Because once they went out on inters, they came straight in. They didn't do a lap. They came straight in to put dries on. So they're a minute and a half behind everyone else. Mm. And by the time the rain progressed and got heavier, that's why Toro Rosso qualified 6th and 7th.
Yeah, amazing.
Brendan Hartley out-qualified his teammate.
He was
by
pumped.
A bee's
You were pumped. You were texting me.
Yeah.
You were saying, come on, Hartley.
Yep.
You were pumped. And then reality sort of kicks in.
The next day. The reality.
When the race starts, that's when he struggles.
When we put our reality headsets on, we noticed that Brendan went backwards.
Good are those reality headsets.
So real.
So good. Okay, another one. Who's to blame between Raikkonen and Max Verstappen? Max gets in all sorts of tangles, doesn't he?
He does. They should just call him tangles.
Tangles. So talk us through what happened. So we've got...
on the last the chicane, so it's the second and third last corner.
Yep.
It's a right-left. Max is locked up going into the corner, and instead of making the corner or going along they've got a little exit road to go around.
Off track.
Mm-hmm. He's tried to make it look like he's still going for the corner, so he's not just straight lining it and gaining an advantage. So he's actually tried to come back on track, but the turning circle, the rotation of the car's not going to just spin around, and Kimi was on the outside of him when he's rejoined the track. Now, when you go off track, you have to...
give way to the person on track.
You have to re-enter the track in a safe way.
Yes.
So Max didn't do that. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's a penalty.
Because he just came out and effectively just pushed Raikkonen off the track.
Yeah.
When he was off the track, he went on the track.
He couldn't, like, the trajectory he chose, once he missed the corner, he wasn't going to get on track easily. So he wasn't going to be able to rotate the car to let someone else pass. And he said on the radio that he should have, or Kimi should have just waited for him, which I don't know any racing driver would just pull the brakes, wait for you to come back on track and then try and overtake you. That's not going to happen.
No.
You made the mistake. I would just prefer if drivers would put their hand up and go, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But in the heat of the battle, they all think they're right. Like every single one of them, no matter what. They'll
But
go,
especially Max thinks he's right. In particular,
every penalty he gets, he's like...
because in hindsight, most drivers will, in the heat of the moment, they'll go, oh, no, it's not my fault. But then afterwards, they'll go, well, watch some replays, and they'll go, oh, yeah, that was me. My bad. I shouldn't have. But no.
Lance Stroll did it after the race. He said, yeah, I didn't see Alonso
we go.
there.
Lance, good on you, Lance. Tip of the
we
cap
went
to
and
you.
apologised to Alonso. Alonso tried to run him off the track later on in the race when he made a move. But I think Alonso's just having a bit of fun and just trying to piss people off before he fucks
He doesn't care. He's having fun.
Yep.
He's going to Indy.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a damn. But Max never admits to blame, to fault, when it's clearly his fault. So, yes,
that's what I mean about that petulance.
He's so petulant.
If he doesn't sort of recognise these things, go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a reason people don't like you.
Just what you say and to go, oh, he should have just waited for me. Really? Like, come on. What driver goes, I'll just after you, sir?
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
He's a little brat. Little brat.
We love him.
We do. We love him. It's probably a good time to mention, by the way, before we go on to more of the race, that we are, as is tradition at F1 Podcast, we have to dress in the native uniform of the featured race. Producer Pete makes us do it. He was up all night sewing, whittling and sewing. And Luke is...
Sometimes he sews and whittles.
At the same time. Very clever guy.
Sometimes he whittles and sews, sometimes he sews and whittles.
Yep, we're never quite sure which one's which.
Changes it up.
Yep.
Strange man.
It's always the same noises coming from the cupboard. A lot of groaning and grunting. So Luke is currently dressed as Mr. Miyagi from the movie Karate Kid.
Wax on, wax off.
Very convincing.
Pete wax off.
That's what he was doing in the cupboard the whole time.
It's not whittling.
It's not whittling. That's code. That's code for whacking off. And yes, you probably guess, I'm a geisha girl.
I knew it. I knew you'd be another female.
I'm a comfort lady.
Another female prostitute.
What? Why do I get the shit gigs all the time? Why am I always dressed as a woman?
It's always you've got it written down.
He's always
Can you dress me up as another prostitute from a different country?
No, quite the opposite. I'm always saying, please, no more. I don't want to dress as a woman anymore.
He doesn't hear no more. Pete's completely oblivious to the word no more. If you say no more, even the band say no more. He doesn't know. He doesn't get it. Say.
Doesn't get it. No means yes for Pete. It really does. Okay, well I'm glad. Would look like a foot massage?
No, thank you, Acacia lady. You've got a very hairy lip.
Yeah, I have. I'm sorry about that.
Daniel's qualifying issue blew out his vocal cords. That was a gut-wrenching bit of TV,
wasn't it?
To see him so frustrated and to just hear that gut-wrenching noise. He blew out his vocal cords. It was heartbreaking. I had a bit of a lump in the throat for the man.
And it wasn't just because of the weekend, the qualifying. It was because of the last, 6 races previous? Just that bad run that he's been on. Mechanical failures. But he turned it around.
He sure did. He did that in the race.
And what a great drive.
A lot of overtakes. Good moves. The soft tyres, he really made the most of it early on. Bit cautious at the start, which I think that's what he does. He's not about, let's make this move against 4 other people straight away. It's, let's just wait, and then I'll pick them off one by one. And he did a really good job at a track where you don't normally see too much overtaking. Sebastian did a lot of overtaking. There was overtakings down to the spoon curve, heaps into the hairpin. Magnussen went around the outside of Leclerc at 130R. Stroll went around the outside of Alonso and then pushed him. If he didn't push Alonso off, he would have got the lick and send award, but he didn't. Magnussen had a little bit of a battle with Leclerc. I think it's just Magnussen versus the world.
Yeah.
He just does a lot of...
But we like him, though, because
He makes it difficult.
He makes it difficult. He makes it interesting. He's always doing something stupid.
Yeah.
But he's got balls.
Oh, he does.
Suck my balls.
Big.
That's his nickname.
Yeah. That's why, because they're just glorious.
Gigantic Danish balls. Plums.
Yeah. We need to find out. I've got a Danish friend. I'll ask him what
If
the
it's
interpretation for large balls are, and then that's going to be his nickname.
The way you're holding your hands up, it looks like you're going to just see if you could, like you could feel them to see if they're all
They
Danish.
have an aura about them.
All Danish balls. Yep. And a purple hue.
Yeah, and Toro Rosso did really well in qualifying. I was quite impressed.
Surprising.
By Hartley and Gasly
That
getting...
Honda looks good, Luke. It looks good, and the reports have been very positive. Red Bull's very happy. Yep. Christian Horner's very happy about next year, the prospect of that Honda.
He's really just trying to get a foot into...
I think he's just trying to piss Dan off and
Renault.
Renault.
Trying to piss Renault off.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, look what we'll have next year.
Oh, look how great this is here.
You guys are still Flintstone in your cars.
The one we're using is currently shit, but over there, it's going to be amazing when we have you.
I wonder how many like anime style things that Red Bull will be doing next year with the Honda tyre. Yeah. There'll be a lot of bad dubbing.
A lot of bad dubbing.
Yeah.
Can I just say that Dan did it again. Some sweet overtaking, and is there anyone better in the business at overtaking? I would suggest that Sebastian needs a little bit of Dan because Sebastian can't overtake right now. I don't know if it's just this season, but it is his flaws have really come to the fore. It's blatantly obviously he's making the wrong judgments. He's not coming in. I don't know if he's not committed.
His team's not helping him.
His team's
some bad strategy calls, but also. You look at the majority of wins at Red Bull. They were out in front.
Yep.
Stay in front.
He's very good at that.
Lead. When he's in front,
he's great.
Untouchable. But it's getting to there. If it just doesn't go right, the bad calls from Ferrari have let him down this year.
It's like he's second guessing himself. He hasn't got the nerve to take those chances.
If they told him go out on dries just like they did everyone else at the start of quali, he would have been closer to the top two. May have got pole.
Yep.
Or front row.
Yep.
But
I mean, Dan's not perfect, but 90% of the time he makes a committed decision, and it comes off because he's committed and he knows what he's doing out there. He doesn't second guess himself. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that because
you really did.
I love Dan.
You've parted the cheeks and you've blown so much smoke up that man's ass.
I just want him.
He's going to.
I want him on this podcast. I want him on this podcast.
How are we going to get him?
Well,
I think we need to
trick him. We need to trick him. We need to tempt him with sweet treats from your mum, Luke's mum. If we
piece of candy.
What does he like to eat? We're going to find out what his favourite food is.
He doesn't mind. Like in Texas, he loves the
American ribs.
Grill.
The grill.
Yeah.
Your mum, Luke's mum is super good in the grill.
She's great on the BBQ.
Yeah, maybe she can whip up something and tempt him on the podcast.
I think if I could make him a pizza.
You do a good pizza and a nice tea cake with a cinnamon sugar on top.
Thank you.
Very nice. Did you make any today for the podcast?
No, not at all.
Oh, come on, Luke. You knew I was coming
anything.
over.
No, it's all for Mum. Mum has to do it all.
That's true. You are a mummy's boy.
Why else is she here?
I'm surprised you can even dress yourself in the
morning. Gets out
morning.
of her cupboard, makes her things, goes back to her cupboard.
Should we Skype full-time Sebastian?
Let's quickly do awards, and then we'll Skype Sebastian.
Good thinking, because he can wait.
I'm here for thinking.
He's on hold. He deserves to wait. So firstly, fastest lap of the race, Luke.
I'll give him a chance to think about what he's done. Fastest lap of the race was Sebastian Vettel. Well done, Sebastian. We could, he already knows he got the fastest lap. Can't really.
Means nothing really when you make a mistake like that.
No. Fastest pit stop was Ferrari with Kimi Raikkonen, a 2.24 second pit stop.
Nice.
Driver of the day was Daniel Ricciardo.
Yes. Pretty impressive for an Australian podcast, F1 podcast. We like that.
Very
nice indeed.
Awards.
Yeah. The highly treasured, highly respected. Shall we go for the Pete's been up all night, whittling this one, the effing one. The Green Award.
Green Award
first.
Going to give it to Kevin Magnussen for his early retirement. Bit of a clang bang with. I was tempted to say maybe not Magnussen, but he did manage to damage a lot of parts that can't be reused, so therefore it's even more wastage.
Yeah.
So you get the green award.
Thinking of the environment. Well done, Magnussen.
Yep, save some fuel. Probably didn't save carbon fibre pieces, and a lot of things will need to be remade from Leclerc's side of the car and also your car. But, yeah, you saved a lot of fuel.
He sure did. Good job. He's a maniac, isn't he? I love him. Time for the... Oh, you love this award. The Waste of Time Award. The UGE Day Award.
You are nailing this.
I'm well rehearsed.
UGE Day.
I can pronunciate.
Now, this bloke had a terrible race. He qualified poorly, and then he went poorly.
Yep.
It's Nico Hulkenberg. He ended up retiring as well. So he had a big accident in free practice 3, managed to still make it out in qualifying. Amazing job from Renault. But out of the Grand Prix, you crashed. You didn't do a good job.
Not great.
I like Nico. It's very hard to give him this award, but you deserve it for getting the UGE award.
I actually think that Ocon is surpassing your favoritism over Hulkenberg. I think you're more of a Ocon man now than you were. You've always loved Hulkenberg, but you're changing.
When I met Esteban Ocon, I was very
impressed.
He was very kind.
He gave F1 podcast a lot of time.
Yep.
Yourself a lot of time. Didn't dismiss you.
No. A lot of people did.
Most people did. Most did.
Damon Hill didn't.
Damon Hill
He's
had a
world
chat.
champ. So I think if you want to be world champion, you know who you need to talk to?
You need to impress Luke.
You need to talk to me.
You need to impress Luke.
And I'll be your good luck charm. I'll follow you everywhere you go.
And
I'll even tuck you in a bed.
You're damn right you will. You are revered in the paddock. People look at you and they
don't know me, but I'm revered.
Yeah. Just
look at that bloke. He looks confident.
That beard. That receding hairline. He must be good. He must be here for a reason.
Yep.
Another award is the Making F1 Great Again award.
The F1 Podcast Award?
Yes.
It goes to Formula One. That was a good weekend of Grand Prix racing.
It was
There's
good.
a bit of rain in qualifying, threw things up, and it was a great race. Like, that's the longest highlights package has been all year.
Yeah.
7 minutes of us fucking up the commentary.
Perfectly commentating that. What are you talking about?
Part of me wants to do it again, but I'm not, because it's rat shit anyway.
It was a great race.
F1 gave us a great race, and if all races could be like that, I'd be very happy. And
it just shows that if we can't commentate it very well, yes, we're terrible commentators, but also it was one hell of an exciting race.
It was.
Because we were speechless.
Yeah, we were gobsmacked. I couldn't tell the difference between any of the cars.
No.
It's like I've gone colourblind.
No.
And I don't know who the driver is.
We didn't care. It was just so much overtaking. It was a hell of a race to watch.
It's like if a brand new person was commentating F1 like, I don't know who these people are. Oh, great.
Yeah. Pretty much. The Pastor Maldonado Award for dangerous driving. Luke, is it going to be?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Kevin Magnussen. Yeah, K-Mag. There was a lot of dangerous driving. Fernando Alonso straight-lined the last chicane twice. Once when he got pushed by Lance Stroll, another time when Brendan Hartley ran wide at 130R, then came back, and I think Alonso kind of misjudged the distance, and then just once he ran wide, he just put his foot down and banged it across the beach again. I think he thought he was in a dune buggy, which I think McLaren don't make dune buggies, but maybe they should.
And they would be faster than the current McLaren. Any
Formula
dune buggy
car
is faster than that McLaren.
Yep. So, Magnussen, you get it.
Well done, Magnussen. That's 2. He's picked up 2 awards.
Yeah.
He's on fire. What's the record for number? I think it's 2 Let's see if he can get one more, Magnussen. I'm pretty sure he's not going to win this award, though. The Lick It and Send It Award for Best Overtaking Manoeuvre.
Well, you'd think. There's a lot of great overtakes from Daniel Ricciardo, and I know you want me to tell you every single one of them, but there was one move that I thought, that's ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good move. And there's that man, Kevin Magnussen, with a move around the outside of Charles Leclerc in 130R. He made that move stick. It was balls out. Beautiful move.
The big Danish pair of balls.
Wins the Lick It and Send It Award.
Danish plums.
Lick and send those balls.
Are you kidding me? You're
Not
giving
at
it to...
all.
Yes.
Giving it to Kevin Magnussen.
3.
There was a lot of great overtakes. The overtake that Vettel did on Grosjean when he went along the grass early on in the Grand Prix. to make the move into Spoon Curve. Great move. Leclerc on the outside of one of the Williams, I think it was, into turn one. Gasly's one against Ericsson was great. There was a lot of great overtaking, but 130R around the outside. And initially, once they went through the chicane, Leclerc had a run on him down pit straight, and that's where the contact happened. So it actually happened. I can't see a replay on the F1 YouTube, but I did see it on Sky F1.
Wow.
It was a very, very good move. I was very impressed.
Fantastic. 3 awards for the Great Dane. That's a record.
Yeah.
Well done indeed. So we should probably chat to the 4-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel. We've got a Skype call linked up. You've already dialed him up. He's been on hold for a little bit. He's not quite sure where he is right now. He's probably in transit, I guess.
He's probably back home.
Might be back home in Germany, in Dusseldorf. And just doing things over there.
Doing stuff.
Yeah, partying and stuff. So let's we've got him on hold. Let's bring him up, shall we? Hit the Skype button. Hey guys.
Hey Sebastian, how you going?
Hey, look, what? I've been sitting on hold for fucking hours.
Yeah, we've been very busy here at the Effing One podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I've been sitting here. Hi, can you see me?
I can see you.
I'm sitting
you look good.
Thanks.
You look relaxed.
Yeah, I'm wearing my little Unterm G-string for just to let the boys breathe a little bit.
I don't feel relaxed right now.
No, don't. Let me just grab the camera. Look down here, look.
No, I'm not looking.
So, look, tell me, have you got a girlfriend yet? What's going on? Why have you not got a girlfriend?
I don't know, man. I don't think people are picking up what I'm putting out.
Really, Lucky? Because I tell you what, I'm picking it up right now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm picking
Let's
it all
keep
up.
that camera up at eye level.
Sure.
Thanks.
Oh, that's not my hand, Luke. That's not... I'm not using a tripod.
What Well, so how was your race?
Look,
how was the Japanese
Let's talk
week?
about the Formula 1 race. Stop talking about my Google stack. Jesus. Enough of the Google stack.
Google sack.
Yeah, sure,
I'm
whatever.
going to write that down.
And my bleach and Arschen bleach.
It looks incredibly clean.
Stop it. Look, please talk about the race, for Jesus Christ.
Was there a race?
Yeah.
The Japanese Grand Prix?
Yeah, not so great for me.
Not great.
Did you see that little shit? That little Untermaxen?
I did see Max a
That
little...
little petulant shit?
He is
You
a
called
bit
him, you
petulant.
guys on the pod. What do you call your podcast again?
Yeah,
I don't fucking want to care. I don't even care. Whatever. How many downloads you get on this podcast?
7.
Yeah. And it's all your mother, probably.
Yeah. And me.
And my ass bleach lady, Helga. She loves the show,
She
by
does.
the way.
We have a good listenership in Sweden, so I think that's where...
You have a lot of fun on the podcast, guys. Really.
We do.
And you're so much better looking than the other guy. He is such an ugly ass.
No, he's not. He's a beautiful ass.
No. I've seen his
He's a
ass.
handsome ass.
So stop talking about ass and cock.
How was the race?
It was shit. It was und Scheißenhauser. So
You were optimistic in that move. You must have.
yeah, but you know what, Luke?
I'm glad you went for it.
If you're not a driver, then you wouldn't know. But you are a driver because you hold the record at the Kingston Park Raceway for the fastest lap for the month of October. That's fantastic. Look, I think you're really great. You should have made it to Formula One. You should be in my team. Hey, no, it's too late. It's filled now. Leclerc. But I was going to say, Raikkonen, you could take his spot. You would be super. Could you play number 2?
I can.
Do you like to take number 2?
Sometimes I need to take number 2.
Would you like to take orders from me, Luke?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay, sure. Let me have a word to some guys in the pit.
No,
So,
what
yeah.
a shame you got Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
There, I think he'll be a bit of a battle next year.
Sure, he's handsome. Sure, but not. He's going to be too fast. I think I'm going to really struggle just between you and me.
Back to the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Your deficit has increased. How do you feel?
I'm not great. And 67 point? Yeah, I think it's still possible, but really unlikely.
Earlier in the weekend, you mentioned maybe we could use some Mario Kart tactics. Have you thought about storing a banana in your race suit to just
Look,
toss out?
it's a genius. Fuck, you just got a job with the Ferrari. Let me have a
Listen,
You could be the chief tactician on the
once
Ferrari.
you get off this phone call,
Yeah, sure.
do it right now. Get hold of Ferrari. Say, is there a way we can smuggle a banana?
Even better, why don't we next race actually drive the Mario Kart. I want to be Yoshi. Who are you going to be? Toad. You going to be Toadies again?
Probably.
Okay. Hey, look, I got to go.
Okay.
So, send us a dick pic.
Good luck with the bananas.
Send us a dick pic, send us a dick pic.
What a shame that ended.
Jesus. And that was four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel and Luke.
And me.
I'd try to keep out of it.
It's probably best.
I don't like to chat when there's a lot of there's a lot of heat.
He doesn't seem to like your ass for some reason.
He doesn't like me at all, Luke.
No.
He does not like me at all.
We like you.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you. You know what we should do? We should just check on our tipping.
Tipping?
We have our own little competition about with the tips.
We do. Our predictions.
Predictions for the race, and I am currently leading.
You are leading.
By 10.
You are. You're not leading by 10 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Has it increased? No. It's decreased.
Oh, dear.
Yes. You're leading by 8. That's okay.
8.
See, I picked Max. You went Daniel. I went Hartley, but he got quali, but he didn't get the race. So we evened out there. And
Jesus.
I think the same with Stroll and Sorokin.
Yep.
They outqualified and the other one raced.
So 8 with how many races to go? It's not
5?
5. Yeah. You could still do this. You could still peg me back. I'm not.
Could get it even if I keep on the 2.
I'm like Toto Wolff. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. We still need to do the team orders, even though Ferrari don't do team orders. Did you notice that? What was the deal with?
Yeah, they didn't let Vettel past.
Is that just?
He was a fair way back. He was what?
30 seconds or so.
Yeah,
but
19.
Surely
seconds.
2 points is 2 points. You know, you would have. If you're in the pit wall of
think Ferrari would have slowed him down.
They've given up anyway, haven't
I think
they?
Kimi would have gone, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, totally true.
Or you would have went, "Wah."
What?
He would have went, "Wah."
He would have done that. Do your Kimi impersonation. It's very good.
No.
That's very good. That's pretty good. Before we go, we should
move over for him.
That's exactly how it sounds. It's exactly how it sounds. Luke, before we head off, do you have any breaking F1 news?
Breaking news just from the Williams garage. They've signed potential Formula 2
Don't
champion.
tell me. I was going to say Kubica.
No.
Damn it.
Anything else? So we can play this game all night.
No. Let me know.
It's George Russell.
Wow.
Yeah. The Ken doll.
The 5-year-old.
Yep. He will be driving the Williams next year. Who will be driving alongside him? We don't know. To be confirmed. Same with Toro Rosso. To be confirmed. And the only other 2 seats available other than those are the Force Indias, which we're pretty sure they're going to be Perez and Stroll. Because it'll be Stroll, Formula, whatever.
We kind of thought that Stroll would be driving already for...
I thought so.
But that hasn't happened. George Russell has the first Williams seat locked in for 2019. Your tip has to be one of the Russian boys, surely.
Could be Sorokin, could be Markelov, could be Kubica.
Hopefully Kubica.
I hope Kubica gets a race this year, just for them to be able to, because he'll be doing the test after the last race in Abu Dhabi. That's his next time in. But I hope they get him in there beforehand. I hope he does a race weekend, and just to show. I would like to see him at Toro Rosso personally, to get him in the Red Bull team. I think it'd be very, very good for them.
Yeah.
And it puts a bit of seniority behind the wheel. And I think it'll be very, very good for the Red Bull organisation to bring in a veteran.
Yep. So big news. George Russell at Williams. Only a couple of seats left to fill. Yep. One at Toro Rosso and Williams.
And Williams.
And Force. Yeah. Okay, thank you. We should thank your mum for the spread.
It's a beautiful spread.
The Japanese spread. We got sushi... Sashimi.
Yep.
Noodles?
Teppanyaki. A lot of noodles. Heaps of rice. That's a whole bed of rice. You could sleep on that tonight. Comfy. If Haley doesn't allow you back home, you can come here and sleep on the bed of rice.
Sleep, get peckish, roll over, have a nibble, back into sleeping position. They're very clever, the Japanese.
They are. So many things you could do with one
Japanese
bit of rice.
person. Oh, one bit of rice, yeah. What are you talking about?
A bed of rice, you can eat the rice, throw it at people.
Terrible. And we also congratulations on lasting a whole podcast in your Mr. Miyagi outfit.
Thank you very much.
And it was no drama whatsoever being a geisha girl for the whole... very comfortable.
Yeah, you have a lot of incredibly interested businessman behind you.
Yep.
You better get to work.
Hey, I'm on the clock. I don't want to work, but
You'll be on the clock, all right.
it's a lifestyle, mate. I've got to maintain it, so I'll get to work. So let's wrap this thing up. So thanks. Next race is Texas, Austin, Texas.
United States.
We're back for the...
What prostitute...
Well, it's
Texas whore!
look, it's all up to Pete. It's all up to producer Pete. He dresses me up in the worst costumes. I just can't wait for you to wear a chick outfit.
Don't do that.
A bearded girl's outfit.
Maybe like a carny.
Yes. So meet us back here for the Austin, Texas, the Circuits of Americas. Yee-haw, Lucas. It's going to be fun. Meet you back here, mister. Is that right? Hey, mister. Hey, Cletus. All right, enough. Get hold of us in the comments. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Probably the last half an hour you don't like. Effing One podcast. We'll see you for the US of A, mister.
See you then.
Bye-bye.